All right, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever the case may be. This is the first in a series of online lectures for MUS 110 Music Appreciation. And since it is the first lecture, we want to start right at the beginning of the textbook, the Enjoyment of Music, the Fournet Matchless textbook. This is the textbook. Now, some of you that were at the first class on Friday, this is going to be a review for you, but there are a great many students who were not at the first class that needs this information. So we're going to start at the beginning. And what we're going to start at is on page 9 of the textbook, and we're starting with melody, the musical line. Now, what we need to understand when you listen to music, you need to understand that every single piece of music that has ever existed has three components. Those components are melody, rhythm, and harmony. And so this first lecture is going to talk about those three components. Excuse me. Music cannot exist as we understand it if it doesn't have a melody, if it doesn't have rhythm, if it doesn't have harmony. For example, if I were to take a piece of a drinking glass, and smash it on the floor, that sound of breaking glass is that music. And there is a debate, and has been a debate probably for the last 100 years. There are some musicians that would say, oh yes, that's a wonderful piece of music. No, I don't think so. And the consensus among most laymen, people that aren't musicians or composers that enjoy music, which is what all of you in this class that are taking this class, I would say, are, you don't think that taking a drinking glass and smashing it on the floor is a piece of music. I agree with you. I don't think it is. And the reason that it isn't is that it doesn't have melody, it doesn't have rhythm, it doesn't have harmony. All right, so let's start with the melody. Now your textbook says, and I quote at this point, a melody is the line or tune in music. Well, let's think of it this way. When you get into the shower and you start singing in the shower, what are you singing? You're singing the melody. You're singing what you remember. It's the part of the song that human beings link up to the most. And here's why. A melody is a journey. You start at the beginning. We'll call it A. And then what happens? Well, then you travel somewhere. And you travel until you get to the end. We'll call that B. All right? So what is happening is that the song is taking you on a musical journey. You're going somewhere. Is it a straight line? No, it's not. Now, I've used the Star-Spangled Banner quite significantly when I teach this class. And the reason is that everybody knows the Star-Spangled Banner. I could use Happy Birthday, but Happy Birthday is sung so poorly by most people that I don't want to do that. So I'm going to be playing for you during these lectures many different versions of the Star-Spangled Banner to show you how different musicians can use a piece of music that you're very familiar with, but express themselves in their own way. They can personalize this piece of music. Now, you will recognize it as the Star-Spangled Banner. You recognize the melody. You recognize the lyric. You recognize how the song goes, but it's not the same. So what happens? Well, think of it this way. When you travel from your home to come to school, is the road at the exact same level above sea level all the way? In other words, is it completely flat, where you start your journey and end your journey? Do you go up any? Do you go down any? Of course you do. You got to go down a hill. You know, we're in the Piedmont of North Carolina. You go down some hills, you go across a bridge, you might have a little creek or a stream or a river, then you go back up. And they might be going to hills. If you're going up to Boone, if you're going up to Hickory, you got to go up some hills. Then you go down again. It's the same thing. at the very beginning of the Star Spangled Banner, oh say, first three notes, ba, ba, ba. It goes right down. Here's your first note, here's your second note, here's your third note. You're only a second, 2 seconds into the song, and already you're going down. As you start to listen, as you become critical in your listening, I want you to listen how melodies go down, come back up where they started. They might go up higher, they might come down, not as far, then they might level off. You might have a couple of notes are the same, they don't change in pitch, they're one right after the other that sings, and then maybe they might go down, or maybe go up or down. You want to listen to how the pitches in the melody travel. All right, so what we're going to do right now is I'm going to give you an example of that. You have to pardon me for going off camera. I have to, the screen for which we're going to use is off to the side here. And naturally we have issues already. So let me pause the recording process and I'll get right back to you.